not be shy at all. One or two things, guys. While we start with this course, today is going to be one open class for everybody to, just interact with sir and see. First of all, Shikhar sir is an advocate. He has been practicing in Delhi High Court and Punjab and Haryana High Court for last so many years, and mostly deals in criminal. He has been teaching at Lawyers Club India for the last couple of years, and he has taken courses like matrimonial laws and criminal manual. You guys can check that out. मैं बीच-बीच में links डालता रहूंगा chat में. Do not get disturbed. बाद में आप उनको check कर लेना. And you can also join us on WhatsApp. Anybody who wants to ask a question, you guys have the mic, the access to mic, but do not use it uh, without any discretion. Please use it only when sir asks you to use it, or when he's asking a question. Do not cut the trainer in between, and we'll wrap this up in like 45 minutes. If you have any questions, please send them to me on chat, and priority basis पे आपके questions ले लिए जाएंगे. Otherwise, you can raise your hand using the raise hand feature. Do not use your mic just when you want to use it. That is what we will comply with. And thank you so much. Shikhar sir, all yours.
Thank you, Raghav. Thank you for helping me with the intros. And I get a feeling that I'm going to have fun with these guys. They're all from all over the place and young and energetic crowd. So that's a good news to begin with. I was actually getting jitters to start with this session. Like, let's push it a little further. And yeah, but it seems all right now. A very warm welcome and welcome aboard, everyone. POCSO Act we are going to start with. I see. Okay, I just wanted to ask the doctor gentleman, why is he interested in POCSO Act and where does he practice before we start? Was it Mr. Dr. Avinash?
I'm from Pune
Okay.
and medical practice doing. So in case POCSO Act is a very rather gender neutral act, anybody, boy or girl below 18 is treated as a child, and any offense has to be reported compulsorily, whether the relatives are very resisting, they are touching your feet, not to report to the police, but it is your bounden duty that is cast upon section 19, if I am not wrong.
Do you work in a civil hospital, sir? Do you work in a government hospital?
No, private hospital.
And which area are you practicing?
In Taraq area of the Pune
No. Are you a
Mawal
GP
area.
or you're a specialist? Murali Krishnan, please unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay. All right. Dr. Avinash, we have a very interesting story on Section 19 and an ongoing case in Punjab and Haryana High Court on Section 19, which I'm actually struggling with. And I'm going to talk about this case, in fact, today. Very, very, very interesting case. It's one of beautiful cases we've dealt with. Okay, thank you. All right. So begin with anybody who could try shedding some light why this POCSO Act came into existence and what was the need and what happened. Uh, it's not very new. It's back in 2012. And something happened before that. Anybody tell me what happened and why do we have this? We call it, it's a killer act. A lot of people are suffering because of this act. Anyone has an idea? What happened? Why did Parliament had to suddenly come up with an act called POCSO Act? Like for past so many 150 years, 60 years, everything was fine without this. What suddenly happened? Nobody?
So please repeat again.
Why this act came into existence? What happened in 2012, 2011, 2012? Why this act came into existence?
Delhi
Very,
rape
very.
case reason.
Sorry?
Delhi rape case is the reason. Where? Nirbhaya
Ms.
case.
Joshi, which rape case?
It is Nirbhaya case, sir.
Correct. There is a documentary also on Nirbhaya case, Delhi Crimes Season 1, I am assuming is on Nirbhaya case. And which year did it happen? You can always use your smartphones and computers, not a problem.
2010.
What hap
12.
what happened in Nirbhaya? Who can tell me?
On the fateful day of 16th December 2012,
Hmm.
this sad incidents took place, wherein after few weeks, the victim succumbed.
Hmm.
She was taken to Singapore also.
Hmm.
That's
Correct.
there was a big hue and cry, pressure from the
Hmm.
public, women organizations
Yes.
to bring a stringent provisions in sexual violence laws.
Yes.
375 is 376 as
Was
well as
also recommended
POCSO.
by Justice Verma Committee.
Yes. Hmm. Okay. All right. So, prevention of children from sexual offense, a lot of people also called it POSCO and some call it POCSO. The correct pronunciation is POCSO, of course, is Prevention of Children from Sexual Offense Act 2012. Now, it's a gender neutral act, rightly said by one of our learned colleagues. It's a gender neutral act. IPC 376 is not gender neutral. So, the only penal offense we had so far in relation to men was 377. All right. Which still happens to be a penal offense in terms if it is a forced sexual intercourse, uh, man to man. If it is consensual, then it's not a penal offense. So that's where the boundary is. Now, POCSO Act is the special act, and it came into existence before that, before 2012, before this act was there. Uh, there were a lot of unreported cases, I would say, related to molestation of minor children. Okay? And India, as an emerging society, it's a common phenomena in villages, in small towns, big cities where you have cousins living with you, cousins sleeping with you, you're attending weddings, so on and so forth. It was a common phenomena that, an elderly male in the family would get involved with a minor child and on pretext of maybe $50, $100, threaten them, molest them, do all sorts of stuff. And uh, as I'm aware, the puberty happens to, the onset of puberty generally happens as early as 10 years, 11 years. Uh, and, it's an age, it's a growing age where you don't understand what's happening with your body and you need an outlet and you get involved in all sorts of stuff. So, you find the next person and you might get involved sexually. It's a very common phenomena. It's a biological thing. Now, the problem with POCSO Act is uh, biologically, men and women get mature enough to have sex by the age of 13 and 14, I would say. In Western countries, women actually start choosing career as a modeling by the time they're barely 14 or 15. And however, uh, this act, what I feel is against the biology or what was decided by the creator that okay, you happen to be sexually active by age of 13 or 14, but the government tends to say that okay, we cannot allow you to get sexually involved with anybody, be a man or a woman, by the time you haven't finished 18 years one day. That is the problem with this act. And there's a lot of criticism with this act because uh, it simply doesn't allow you to get involved in even kissing a teenager. All right, forget about having sex, forget about going further. Even kissing is prohibited in India as per POCSO Act, even if it's consensual. If you're a girl, 17 years, 11 months, 29 days, you're not allowed to kiss a man. It's prohibited by law. So I'm sorry, people, I just need to.
Guys, in the meantime, you guys have the link to the course, Shikhar sir के course के लिए, you can check that out in the chat box.
Okay, sorry, thank you, Raghav. So the germination of the act happened because there was a heinous crime happened in this country, and we needed a stricter law. We needed something which basically sent chills through the spine of any man who would want to do something as heinous as what happened with Nirbhaya. Now, the jurisprudence of rape or jurisprudence of criminal law, especially after the POCSO Act came into where it has a reverse burden concept, which I'm going to discuss eventually. What is the reverse burden on the accused, which was not the case, because originally what happens is the burden of uh, proof is on the prosecution. The burden of proof is on the complainant, the prosecution, the state, to prove uh, an act, a penal act beyond reasonable doubt, happens to be with the prosecution. But now what has happened, people, is with this act, the burden is reduced to a level. It's sort of a joke. It's reduced to a level wherein you have judgments of uh, conviction, 20 years conviction, POCSO 6, 10 years conviction, POCSO 10, only on the statement of a minor girl or a minor boy, for that matter. Let's say it's 1:10 ratio. 10 would be uh, uh, the minor girl victims and one would be a boy victim. But the conviction rate with POCSO Act is extremely high. That is the problem. Now, why it has reached that level, and under with my experience, if there are 100 cases in one POCSO court, out of which 10 would be real, real rapes or sexual assault, which is involuntary. That is the ratio. 90 would be teenage love. Now, it is automatically, this is how the society functions, this is how the biology functions. It's mostly a younger girl and an elderly boy. Could be a age gap. This is how the weddings, the marriages happen. 21-year-old girl, 25-year-old man. So now the moment this girl happens to be 16 and the boy happens to be 21, you are in a deep problem. And the deep problem starts the moment the father finds out, or the mother finds out, or you happen to be different community, or you just simpliciter being an innocent family went and complained to the police, and it's an opportunity for police to make money. It's a lot of issues which I'm going to discuss. So to begin with, this act was made in a haste. There was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of pressure from NGOs and activists that, come up with a strict law, because India was facing a lot of criticism all across the world that, it's a rape capital. If you remember, back then, Delhi was especially started being labeled as a rape capital. And foreigners have stopped coming to India thinking that, okay, we can't travel solo to India. It's not a safe country to be with. Everyone is a rapist. If somebody remembers, there was a time, but we don't tend to hear that anymore. So maybe that's the benefit of what has transpired over the years, because there's so much of conviction. And now people have started realizing that, okay, stay away from girls. So because it was made in a haste, legislation forgot to uh, keep certain areas away from this penal act. And those areas are teenage lovebirds. So if you are in a school, both of you are 16, you still fall in the category of POCSO Act. Now, what is going to change because both of you are 16 is the offender. Please try to understand. You're a 16-year-old girl, 16-year-old boy. Let's say you do not get involved in penetrative sexual act. There's no penetration happened. There's no real sex which has happened. All you have done is you've kissed, or you've gone beyond that. it's still a penal offense. Now, what is going to change if the complaint is by the father of the girl, or there's a complaint initially saying that, oh, this boy, let's say in the girl gives a statement that whatever we did consensual. The girl goes to the police station. She stands in the witness box and she says, whatever we did consensual. It's still a penal offense, but what is going to change now? Both of them have done crime because even the boy is a minor. So far, the boy has not performed a penetrative sexual assault, we call it in POCSO Act. He has not uh, uh, done a penetrative sex. Both of them are accused now because a girl doing body play with a boy who is less than 18 years is equally responsible as a boy would be. All right, and this case would be tried in Juvenile Justice Act. So this thing is not thought through by many people. So there are cases wherein the girl says, we did a consensual act, and I did it with my own will. The boy is a minor, the girl is a minor. Both of them are uh, 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 accused in this case. So you can have cross FIRs. The moment this statement comes into the play that, okay, it was consensual, cross FIRs in both of them. Then you know what is going to be the fate. All right. This is not thought through. Either you're going to make both of the witnesses hostile because it leads to cross FIRs and both of them going to get punished, or both of them are going to get punished. But in this thing, how do you call it? Juvenile Justice Board, because they're less than 18. Now what happens once? Now what happens? One second, please. I'm sorry, my dog is a restless guy. Okay, this is one scenario. The second scenario is the girl is 17 years, 11 months, 29 days. Boyfriend happens to be 18 years, 1 day. They had sex, they kissed, whatever it is, depending on that, he could be punished from 3 years to 20 years. Consensual, non-consensual, we don't care. If it's an admission, lawyers have done stupidity by trying to get it on the testimony that, oh, you made the move, you did it, you went after the boy. All right, never do that mistake. Never bring consensual act in POCSO. Never admit consensual sex in POCSO if the boy is 18 years in 1 day. That will be the worst defense you're going to do. Not allowed. Consensual, non-consensual with minor is not allowed. Please understand that the moment you're representing accused as an adult. Now, this accused could be a woman, this accused could be a man. So we could also reverse the scenario. We could say that the boy, minor boy, is 17 years, 11 months, 29 days. The woman is 18 years, 1 day. Now tell me who is in trouble. Yes, Abid.
Boy is in trouble, sir.
Boy is in trouble. No. Girl is in trouble.
Just repeat your question. I'm sorry, I've missed
The
it.
boy is 17 years, 11 months, 29 days.
Okay. 11 years.
The girl.
The girl is in trouble.
Whosoever is adult.
The girl is in trouble now. She says, I had consensual sex with this boy who's 17 years old or 16 years old. She could be an aunt, she could be an elder cousin, she could be anybody. she is very well accused. She can be charged of sexual assault, depending on what happened. Okay, of course, a woman will not be able to do a aggravated sexual assault with a boy, but definitely she'll be charged with sexual assault because you're not allowed to have sex with minors. Period. So this is the second scenario. Uh, Now, what is the major distinction which happens is it happens in the amount of time you have performed sex with a minor. That distinction distinguishes it from the regular sexual assault or penetrative sexual assault to aggravated. So aggravated is more serious. That generally is POCSO 6 or POCSO 10. So if it is penetrative sexual assault, aggravated penetrative sexual assault, that means multiple times you have raped or multiple times you have had consensual sex with a minor. Doesn't matter. Or you had sexual assault, or sorry, you had penetrative sexual assault means you have raped a minor who's less than 12 years. So either it is multiplicity of the act or it is the age factor. So the crime gets more heinous if the child is less than 12 years. If the child is more than 12 years, up to 18 years, it is less heinous. That's how it is considered. But still a crime. So the distinction would be suddenly the 10 years are going to get added. That is POCSO 6 for you. Sexual assault starts from 7, 8, 9, 10. Simple sexual assault is POCSO 7, where it is defined, punishment is in 8. Aggravated sexual assault is defined in 9, and the punishment is section 10. Then so on and so forth. Now, this is what the background of POCSO Act is. You've raised your hand, Ms. Bhavani. I can answer your question.
Sir, I was having a doubt relating to the first query you told, no? Like both are minor, then both are in trouble.
Yes. Ask me.
So actually, how the boy is related in this aspect. And the main concept is that you said that there is no sexual intercourse. But only thing is, mere kissing is they are liable for punishment, both girl and boy. Then in this scenario, how they are like how they are punished.
They are punished either they have committed the sexual assault or they have committed penetrative sexual assault.
Okay.
Okay. The word penetration, the moment penetration happens, the penetration can happen in 3 places. It can happen in the mouth, it can happen in the vagina, and it can happen in the anus. So the boy, the vagina is missing, its anus and the mouth present with the boy. So now if it's a girl and a boy, both of them are minor, and there is no penetration which has happened. So it's going to be simple sexual assault in both of them. Understood? Both of them are minor, but penetration has happened. Who's going to penetrate? The boy is going to penetrate. So he will be on a higher pedestrian.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Got it? Now, if it's a teenage boy and the penetration has happened, that's also a problem because there's no consent of a minor.
I have another doubt, which you told it is a little bit related. It's out of the things you have told right now. Actually, I have gone through some judgments relating to POCSO Act, where they are trying to minimize or like assess the maturity of the mind rather than the age. Means a girl of nowadays, we are exposed to many things because of this net and even this whatever it is, this social network, whichever is there. 10, 12 years girl and 10, 12 years boys are completely aware of what is happening in the world, or
Absolutely.
what is sexual intercourse, or what is like how what they are getting more interacted with these things in the net itself. So in that judgment I've gone through, that is the age of the child girl is 14, but they assess to be more, they consider the knowledge which she's having with respect to sex and all in an elaborate way. And recently only I've read the judgment. I don't remember the citation, but I'm little bit doing research on this concept.
Ma'am,
Not
there
like
are,
I'm
I
not
hear you.
I'm not doing any other thing. I have a case on based on that. I'm trying to get some things
No,
to
no, I
protect them.
totally get it. I totally get it. Different high courts. See, none of the high courts are happy with the situation. As I said, 90 out of 100 are consensual cases.
Yes, sir.
And what are you doing? Because now the problem, I'll go back to the background. The background with the POCSO Act is, thank you, because I didn't know what to talk further. Uh, there are, India as a society, there is a huge, uh, around 60-70% are below the lower middle class or above poverty line. We're
Yes, sir.
talking about laborers, we are talking about migrant laborers. Cities like Bombay, Delhi, Faridabad, Gurgaon, they've got slums, right? More the money, you have people coming from poorer states, they're living in slums here. POCSO Act actually is made for them. You will rarely find rich people being tried in POCSO cases, no matter how rich the city is. Either these matters are settled or they are not reported. Now, what is the difference? I'll tell you. You belong to a rich family, middle class, upper middle class, whatever. You go to a polished school, the girl, you're well aware, right? And all of you, all the teenagers are get involved in this hanky-panky stuff. There's no denial to it. But you do that stuff, either you're doing it in parties or where parents are gone, but you're focused. You're focused that you're going to join a college tomorrow, and the parents are not very interested in reporting your daughter's boyfriend that okay he eloped her, blah blah blah. It's it's all sorted, even if there is something that goes unreported. The children are mature. The moment they're rich people, they go to good schools. They know what is happening. तो अगर वो गर्लफ्रेंड बोलेगी भी कि मेरे पापा मेरे को भगा के ले जाओ तो लड़का भगा के नहीं लेके जाएगा वो बोलेगा पहले मेरे को इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेने दे फिर सोचेंगे बट the moment it goes to slums, now all of you been to slums, what happens? Father goes to job, वो फैक्ट्री में 10,000 रुपए की नौकरी करने जाता है मदर भी फैक्ट्री में नौकरी करने जा रही है these children, the teenage children, they're not very happy going to school. They're either studying in government schools or they're not studying at all, or and they see wealth in the cities. तो उनको वो greed है कि और of course biology change हो रही है and they want to have boyfriends and they want to have girlfriends and they want to do all sorts of stuff. Why? Slums may, if you happen to go to slums, you'll see there's a lot of nudity in slums. And people from Mumbai also, Dharavi and all, if you've ever visited, people are bathing openly, right? छोटी छोटी गलियां होती हैं हर कोई एक दूसरे को झांक रहा है देख रहा है there's nothing called privacy and it's all acceptable. So in that teenage, you are witnessing a lot of nudity around you, and your hormones are anyway rushing. You're going to get involved in sexual activities. There's no exit, there's no escape from that. Now, the second thing is because there's a lot of freedom, there's a lot of time with these teenagers when you are living in slums because parents have gone to work, they're going to come late in the evening, you've got your house to yourself, school आप जा नहीं रहे हैं, सरकारी स्कूल से आपको कोई पेजर नहीं आ रहा आपके पेरेंट्स को कि आप स्कूल आए हो नहीं आए हो कहाँ हो उनको कोई मतलब नहीं है उन्होंने आपको स्कूल भेज दिया क्योंकि आपको फ्री लंच मिलेगा whatever it is. These children have a lot of time and they also have smartphones today. to watch these romantic movies. So the next thing what happens is the girl says, भाई मेरे को भगा के ले जा, मेरे पापा नहीं मानेंगे. ठीक है. अब वो लड़का, वो बेचारा 17 साल का, 19 साल का, 20 साल का लड़का, वो तो खुश हो गया, पहले तो मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड है, दूसरा उसने मुझे भगा के ले जाने को कह दिया. ही इज नॉट अवेयर व्हाट पॉक्सो इज. उसको पता भी नहीं है, वकीलों को नहीं पता, आम जनता को नहीं पता, उस बेचारे गरीब लड़के को क्या पता होगा. गर्लफ्रेंड बोली कि मुझे भगा के ले जाओ, वो भाई साहब उसको भगा के ले जाता है, वो शादी भी कर लेता है. ही नेवर वेरीफाइड कि वो स्कूल गई है, 18 साल की है, 19 साल की है, 17 साल की है, उसको नहीं पता इस टाइम. उसको उस दिन जाके पता चलेगा जब वो जेल में होगा कि अच्छा ऐसा भी कुछ करना था मुझे, है ना. सो व्हेन दिस
Yes.
एक्ट वाज एनैक्ट, यस प्लीज बोलिए मैम.
Same incidents of the one case I'm handling right now, sir. So the example you are telling, no, it is the same case. She came out with him and they got married. They ran away from the house. After 3 days, they got married. And after somewhere around 6-7 days, when this boy's family was being tortured, he came out with the girl. They
And
filed
now
that
he's in jail.
he was in jail for 85 days, sir.
Okay, lucky him.
He was there and later on he got bail and now the trial is going on, sir. It is not
Ma'am,
one thing.
all the cases are like this. So that's what we are
No.
trying to tell you.
She said it seems she's 18 years old and at the time of registration of FIR she's 8th class or some, not 8th class, somewhere around 7th or 8th class. That is around 13 or 14 years. That's all.
We'll have a lot of cases to discuss. I'll quickly take what Seema has to say and what Abid has to say, and then I'll continue. Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, like you were saying that it's not happen in rich families. Actually, it's happened in a rich family, but in a different way. I'll tell you, I'm handling one. What had happened, husband and wife got divorced. So the child is having custody with mother, but she has a visiting right to the father also.
Understood, understood.
What had happened, that mother is now charged the father, that father was doing inappropriate acts with the 5-year-old girl, and the girl was so well tutored, like when I was reading her statements and all, it was like so matlab, there is no word actually. As you rightly said, sometimes what happened in a rich family, they do it for the settle the score, or like ma'am is saying, I'm working, as I said, you with the underprivileged. I was doing one rape victim counseling with the DLSA. So there is a 7-8-year-old girl and she fall in a relationship. See, the 7-8-year-old girl fall in a relationship just because that she loved the chocolate and the boy used to give her a chocolate, 1 or 2 chocolate. And mother came to know about a year or so when she had some issues. Then she came to know, then the lot of hue and cry, then the complaints, and then the police and all. So in my opinion, I think the awareness on the cluster area or the shelters and chugis are very important, especially to the male members or the male child. Otherwise, most of the time, they are into difficulties.
Ma'am, the act clearly says that it's on the government to make people aware, but nothing has happened on the ground. You're actually filing a PIL that please pull up the government key. What are they actually doing to make people aware? You know, you're very happy punishing them, but what happened? You were supposed to put banners, you were supposed to do propaganda over TV. Nothing is happening.
No,
So
even
anyway, that
government is not doing, even like DLSA and all are having very limited resources and are very limited resource person. Those who wanted to go to the cluster. Because in that case, you can't do virtual sessions. You have to go to the clusters. So that
of
is the
course.
biggest problem. And the second thing is they will not come unless you will not give them some chocolates, some other things to eat and all. They won't sit. So that's also the biggest problem.
Correct. Yes, Abid.
Sir, actually, my question is somewhat situational in its nature. My question is that, sir, if an adult, a major, if he's walking in a market and if he inadvertently touches a minor because of the crowd or something, can it attract the POCSO Act,
See, if
particularly
it's
Section
an
7? Section 7.
accident, if it's an accident, it's an accident. You know, you've gone, मतलब लगा हाथ ऐसे तो आपका लगता है भीड़ में 10 लोगों के साथ. But if you're doing it something intentionally, and then वो तो पता चल जाता है, and then somebody calls out and you know you're arrested. Of course, वो sexual assault attract कर सकता है.
Sir,
It's a very subjective thing.
is it a matter of evidence? Yeah, does it has to be proved in the court that it was intentional. The act was intentional.
See, that is the problem. We are going to go there. A statement, a sole statement of the prosecutrix. Prosecutrix is the victim girl. Sole statement of prosecutrix can get you convicted. That's how it is evolved. You don't need any circumstantial evidence anymore.
So the statement in itself can discharge the burden of proof.
Absolutely. There is this judgment called Sandeep Rai, the two Supreme Court judgments. Now those judgments are misused because judges don't understand how it was supposed to be applied. तो उसको बहुत mechanically apply करते हैं और उनको ये समझ में आता है कि if she's consistent with her statement, no matter what else, there's circumstantial evidences or not, if she's consistent in her 164, 161 legal aid CWC and her testimony in the witness box, उसने सिर्फ ये लाइन बोली है कि मेरा इस इंसान ने रेप किया, इसने मेरा इंसान ने रेप किया, 4 जगह ये रिपीट कर दिया और बाकी सब जगह उसने कचड़ा कर रखा है. वो जजेस फिर भी उसको कन्विक्शन दे देते हैं ये बोल के कि उसने चार चार स्टेटमेंट्स में बोला है मेरा रेप हुआ है. So this has gone so bad. That's the reason you need a lot of expertise to deal with a POCSO case.
Sir, I asked this question
Conviction rate is
because
extremely high.
And at the
Sir,
same time, Mr. Shikhar, I believe this law needs a little amendment because this is a very hasty law.
A lot of
It's-
high courts have given their opinion, their vast government, Supreme Court has shown displeasure, but nothing has happened. Because only a handful of people are suffering because of this law. ना एक कोर्ट में 300-400 से 1000 बच्चे एक सिटी में अंदर हैं पॉक्सो एक्ट में, तो गवर्नमेंट को क्या ही फर्क पड़ रहा है.
so it is really
Right.
sad. It is really sad because Aji sir, I met somebody. He was an accused. So sir, he was traveling in a train and उसके पास रिजर्वेशन नहीं था सर. तो उसको ठंड वगैरह लग रही थी या जो भी रीजन था, वो जो टॉप सीट होती है उसमें जाके बैठ गया. उस सीट पे ऑलरेडी एक माइनर थी जो कि लेटी हुई थी, तो वो कॉर्नर में जाके बैठा एंड अपने लेग्स को अक्रॉस द अदर सीट उसने ऐसे स्प्रेड कर लिया एंड ही वाज जस्ट लाइंग देयर एंड उसकी आंख लग गई. हो सकता है सोते टाइम उसका पैर या उसका हाथ उसको कहीं लग गया उस माइनर को एंड उस वहां पे ह्यू एंड क्राई वाज क्रिएटेड एंड उसके खिलाफ एफआईआर करवा दी गई एंड समहाउ द जुरिसडिक्शन वाज अट्रैक्टेड टू दिल्ली कोर्ट्स एंड सर उसको सर जेल ले गए, जुडिशियल कस्टडी का वारंट हो गया एंड सर कुछ पूछा नहीं गया, कोई पुलिस को बस 161 का स्टेटमेंट हुआ होगा, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर वाज नो अदर एविडेंस, कुछ नहीं किया. सो
इसमें हाँ, तो now the lawyer who was representing should have said कि look, it's POCSO 7, 8, 9, 10, which is an offense punishable less than 7 years. You can't just take him into custody. तो आपको पहले 41A का नोटिस देना था. तो बिकॉज वो पॉक्सो कोर्ट में चले जाते हैं तो लॉयर्स अपना दिमाग यूज करना बंद कर देते हैं. So the same law which you have used in other offenses like 498A and you know so on and so forth, वो आप पॉक्सो कोर्ट में घुसते ही भूल जाते हैं. And the problem with the POCSO court is the accused are presented directly to the sessions court.
Yes sir, yes sir.
The POCSO court bypasses the magistrate court.
Yes sir.
You know,
True.
so that entire 3-month story of you remanding back and forth is all gone. एक बार ये अरेस्ट किया आपने, ले गए, आपकी वीसी पे हियरिंग होती रहेगी, चार्जशीट फाइल करेंगे आप 90 दिन में, because it's a special act. But then police forgets and the judges forgets that still 7, 8, 9, 10 is less than 7 years.
Yes.
And it needs to be treated. It needs to be treated as CrPC 41. Satinder until Anish Kumar, so on and so forth. And lawyers don't use that law here suddenly because या तो उनका वो practice area नहीं होता है, judges को sessions court इतना ध्यान नहीं दे रहा है इन चीजों पे. तो
you rightly said, actually, the special law needs a special kind of a practice. Like everybody, like those who are dealing a criminal, actually the people says we do criminal. अब उनको 138 भी criminal दिखाई देता है और POCSO भी criminal दिखाई देता है. So it's a very law is a very vast area. So you have to be focused and master in that. So that's the reason most of the accused are wrongly, like I would say, behind the bar. Not in this act, even otherwise also.
इस एक्ट में मैम ये भी प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है कि अगर आप accused गरीब है, they're coming from the background of slums and laborers, and the moment they go to court kacheri, their access is the lawyer who's sitting under the tree, है ना? तो वो वहां पे जाके बार्गेन करेंगे, जो भी सबसे सस्ते वकील साहब मिल रहे हैं हमको, हमें उनको पकड़ लेना है. एंड एनी लॉयर who's not even an expert in the matter, he's going to take your file.
Agree.
एंड आई गारंटी उसने कभी वो किताब को उठा के भी नहीं देखा होगा. उसको ये भी नहीं पता होगा कि इसमें कंसेंशुअल भी क्राइम है. आई हैव हैड वी हैव फाइल्ड अपील्स वेयर serial lawyers have done cross examination where basically either they're trying to prove a victim to be a major, or they are trying to take it towards consensual, what not. All sorts of nonsense happens left, right, and center just because of ignorance.
Mr. Goel, you were surprised, like I was doing a one presentation somewhere. So people are even not clear about POCSO and POSH. They correlate both the law together. So I was like, he was introducing me that she is here, then she will tell what the child like abuse and all and all. So I said, sorry, I have been invited for the POSH, not for the POCSO. So this is the confusion even among the lawyers. So there is no clarity. But by the way, this poor people are having like their access up to the legal aid, because legal aid provide them the free counsel. But unfortunately, they are not aware of their rights.
Okay, we'll come to that. Anyway, thank you. Moving on. This is one set of people. तो अभी क्या होता है इसमें, गोइंग बैक टू द स्लम बैकग्राउंड, नाउ लड़का लड़की का चक्कर चल गया, उसने उसको इमोशनली बोला कि तुम मेरे को भगा के ले जाओ, हम शादी कर लेते हैं, सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. अब लड़की घर छोड़ के चलेगी, फादर शाम को आएगा, बीवी बोलेगी कि भाई हमारी तो बेटी गायब है. उनको पता है पड़ोसियों से कि सामने वाले का लड़का हमारी बेटी को भगा के ले गया क्योंकि वो भी गायब है. अब पिताजी जाएंगे पुलिस स्टेशन में जाके वो मिसिंग कंप्लेंट लिख पाएंगे, बोलेंगे हमारी लड़की ने हरे रंग की सूट पहना था, काले रंग की चप्पल पहनी थी, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, शी लेफ्ट द हाउस एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम. या बोलेंगे कि उस वो पड़ोस में लड़का था, वो उसको शादी के बहाने भगा के ले गया. ये 2-3 स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट्स होते हैं. हमारी लड़की अपने आप से चली गई है, गुमशुदा है, पता नहीं है, या पड़ोस के लड़का उसको शादी के बहाने भगा के ले गया है, या कोई एक और तीसरी स्टोरी होगी करके. अब पुलिस क्या करेगी? पुलिस सबसे पहले एज एन एसओपी दे आर गोइंग टू कॉल द मदर और द फादर ऑफ दिस बॉय. आ जाओ जी थाने. अब ये थाने बुला लिया इनको और वो पूछताछ शुरू करेंगे. हाँ जी, आपका लड़का इस पे बुरी नजर डाले था, आपका ये था, आपका वो था. वो बोलेंगे हमें तो पता नहीं थी. अब ये पॉइंट जो होता है ना, ये टाइम होता है पुलिस के लिए बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है पैसे बनाने की. तो पुलिस लड़के की फैमिली से पूछती है कि देखो, हम मामला तुम्हारा रफा दफा करा देते हैं, और नहीं तो जेल हो जाएगी तुम्हारे बेटे को, इतने पैसे ले आओ, 4 लाख ले आओ, 5 लाख ले आओ, हम रफा दफा करा देंगे. थोड़ा वो लड़की की फैमिली को दे देंगे, थोड़ा वो लड़के की फैमिली को दे देंगे. In some cases, they don't even end up writing FIRs for a few days. उनको पता है इनको लॉ पता नहीं है, हम जो बोलेंगे वो कुछ भी करेंगे, सो दे एंड अप राइटिंग नो FIRs. नाउ अगर कोई ट्रेसेबल नहीं है, वो FIR लिख लेते हैं. उसके बाद लड़की, then they call the boy's family, they call them to the police station. वो बोलते हैं अच्छा ऐसा है, तुम लड़के को ले आओ यहाँ पे, हम उसको अरेस्ट नहीं करेंगे और हम उसको छोड़ देंगे डरा धमका के. लड़की अपने घर चली जाएगी, आपका लड़का अपने घर चला जाएगा. इस ट्रैप में 90% लोग आ जाते हैं. अब हु कैन टेल मी व्हाट इज रॉन्ग विद दिस, और क्यों फंस जाते हैं?
वो 41A का नोटिस नहीं दिया।
नहीं, 41A का नोटिस तो पॉक्सो 6 और पॉक्सो 4 में जाएगा भी नहीं आयुषी। होता क्या, व्हाट इज पुलिस बाउंड टू डू आफ्टर दे रजिस्टर्ड एन FIR?
तो
To bring the boy out.
हाँ,
so aren't they accused?
The boy
no,
out,
that is
sir.
subsequent. What has to happen overnight or early morning after the registration of FIR?
मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन
No,
No, sir, to catch hold of the boy.
164
no,
statement.
that all is eventual.
Produced before
What
a
is
magistrate.
Yes, they have to
Yes.
send the copy of the FIR to the magistrate. ठीक है, नायब कोर्ट सुबह सुबह जो पुलिस स्टेशन से FIR कलेक्ट होके मैजिस्ट्रेट के पास पहुंच जानी चाहिए। तो अब क्या हो गया, जब FIR मैजिस्ट्रेट के पास चली गई,
तो अब उनको चाहिए कि वो 24 आवर्स के अंदर किसी भी तरह से उस लड़के को लेके आए, तो वो पेरेंट्स को कन्विंस करते हैं कि आप ले आइए, हम अरेस्ट नहीं करेंगे। लेकिन
24 आवर्स का तो कोई बार नहीं है, बट द पॉइंट इज नाउ द मैटर इज इन कॉग्निसेंस ऑफ द मैजिस्ट्रेट। यू कांट प्ले अराउंड। तो अभी कल को आप अगर क्लोजर रिपोर्ट फाइल करोगे, आप
that
रफा
will not
दफा
be
कर
accepted.
दोगे, वो नहीं कर सकते हो आप,
That will
है
not
ना?
be accepted.
दैट्स नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल।
That's the reason they take 5-10 days not to register a FIR.
एग्जैक्टली तो आपने अगर रजिस्टर कर दी है और आप लड़के के माँ बाप को बोल रहे हो कि आप ले आओ, हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे, तो वो झूठ बोल रहे हैं। अब क्या होता है कि इनको समझ नहीं आती है। अभी तो लॉयर पिक्चर में आया नहीं है,
जी।
है ना? वो जो पुलिस ने बोला, वो उसका सुन के पुलिस स्टेशन चले जाते हैं। पुलिस स्टेशन चले जाते हैं, अगले दिन लड़के को लॉकअप में ले लेते हैं, उसको पेश करते हैं। ही गोज इनटू जुडिशियल कस्टडी, नो क्वेश्चंस आस्क्ड, पॉक्सो एक्ट इज अट्रैक्टेड। Now they start with all other things, medical of the prosecutrix, 164 in front of the magistrate, one legal aid statement, CW, all of that happened within 24 to 48 hours. So this is the problem. अब क्या होता है कि this is one scenario. और in certain cases, ना तो लड़के के फैमिली को पता कि लड़का कहाँ है, ना लड़की की फैमिली को पता कहाँ है। तो इन केसेस, और वो शहर छोड़ के कहीं दूर भाग गए हैं, तो इन केसेस में कई बार 1 साल, 1.5 साल, 2-2 साल बाद वो वापस आ रहे होते हैं। They've gone to a different city, they lived as a couple, nobody knows them. अब आप भी स्लम्स में जाके रह रहे हो, कोई आपकी एज वेरिफिकेशन नहीं कर रहा, कुछ नहीं कर रहा, आप अपना पूरा 1-1.5 साल बिता के आ जाते हो। कुछ सिनारियोज में ये माँ भी बन चुकी होती हैं। तो अब ये जिस दिन पकड़े जाएंगे और बच्चा भी है और माँ भी बन चुकी होती है, तो उस बच्चे का बाप गया 20 साल के लिए अंदर, बिकॉज you impregnated that woman while she was 17 years, 11 months, 29 days. No escape. Courts cannot do anything. अब अगर बाहर होता तो अपने बच्चे को पाल लेता। जब उसने शादी करी थी उससे, लड़की से, उसको नहीं पता था कि ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है ना? Because he was not aware that he's not allowed to impregnate a woman who's 17 years, 11 months, 29 days. उसकी जिंदगी खत्म हो गई जिस दिन ये पकड़ा जाएगा। अब ये क्यों पकड़ा जाएगा? ये इसलिए पकड़ा जाएगा बिकॉज लड़की के घर वाले तैयार नहीं थे इस शादी के लिए। या तो उनकी जात डिफरेंट थी, या लड़की, या जो भी इशू था, they were not ready, or they were foolish enough to go and report this matter to police station. Missing complaint, a kidnapping complaint, so on and so forth was registered, which had to have a closure one day. This is second scenario. थर्ड सिनारियो में क्या होता है, जैसे डॉक्टर साहब हैं, डॉक्टर साहब जानते हैं थर्ड सिनारियो में क्या होता है। सेक्शन 19 अट्रैक्ट होता है, लड़की प्रेग्नेंट है एंड शी इज अ माइनर, फैमिलीज को पता है, ठीक है, फैमिलीज को पता है, अभी पेट बढ़ गया है, 6 महीने हो गए, 7 महीने हो गए, शी इज अबाउट टू डिलीवर। अब जब डिलीवरी का टाइम आता है तो आइदर शी इज गोइंग टू गो टू गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल, मोस्ट लाइकली। प्राइवेट में डिलीवरी कराने के पैसे नहीं है। अब गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में जाएंगे, डॉक्टर साहब को पता चलेगा शी इज अ माइनर, ही इज गोइंग टू फाइल अ रुक्कान पुलिस स्टेशन कि ऐसा ऐसा है, देयर इज अ माइनर वाज कम, शी इज प्रेग्नेंट, वी आर गेटिंग अ चाइल्ड डिलीवर, blah blah blah. The moment Doc Saab has informed this to police, POCSO Act is attractive.
Fill up that. Correct.
अब ना तो लड़की चाह रही है कि उसके पति को सजा हो, ना लड़का चाह रहा है, अब ये सरकार चाह रही है। अब डॉक्टर साहब भी ड्यूटी बाउंड है, अगर कल को डॉक्टर साहब ने ये रिपोर्ट नहीं किया तो डॉक्टर साहब को पनिशमेंट हो जाएगी, क्या करोगे?
I
है
have
ना?
one.
Yes.
I have one question here. Like suppose when they run away, so both are minor or one is minor, boy is major and girl is minor, and when they come back maybe after 2 years, and like they have a baby and all, and the girl pregnant after she become an adult, like 18 years के बाद, 18 years के बाद की एज में वो बनी, so in that case also the boy will be held responsible to take away the girl.
It depends on the testimony.
Okay.
अगर वो बोल रही है कि मेरे 18 साल से पहले कोई सेक्सुअल इंटरकोर्स नहीं हुआ and there is no other evidence to this effect, then nothing is going to happen. ठीक है? So we dealt with a case wherein a minor, 14 years old minor, went to civil hospital. Initially, she was being treated in a private hospital with quacks. Then because उन्होंने इंक्यूबेटर में बच्चे को डाल दिया, डिलीवरी सब बच्चे की इंक्यूबेटर में, सॉरी उस हॉस्पिटल में हो गई. They could not manage the temperature of the incubator. The child got burnt. Something happened. They referred the child and the mother to government civil hospital. There, the medical officer reported, look, there is a minor who has come with a boy, with a little child. Inform the police. अब इसमें क्या गड़बड़ हुई? इस केस में ये गड़बड़ हुई कि जो सीएमओ ने पुलिस को इन्फॉर्म किया था, you need to understand this. The moment a doctor discovers that there is a minor who's pregnant and he mentions this fact to the police, this information is enough to be an FIR. Who becomes the first informant here?
Doctor.
Yes, Ayushi.
Doctor.
Doctor becomes the first informant here because he informed, look, crime has been committed. I have seen a minor who's pregnant. I am informing you this. उसको इससे ज्यादा information देने की जरूरत नहीं है. But what police did, पुलिस ने ये जो डॉक्टर का रुक्का था, जो फर्स्ट इंफॉर्मेशन थी, ये इस चौकी से उठा के विमेन थाने में ट्रांसफर हुआ मैटर. आयो वेंट टू मेडिकल हॉस्पिटल. She took the statement of the prosecutrix. अब आप खुद सोचिए, all of you are with, all of you are, most of you are lawyers and people with wisdom. If a girl is not interested in reporting this matter and she's ready to deliver a child and the family is in support, was this a case of a rape? Could this be a case of a rape?
But
Well, if it is
consent to
minor,
minor
if the girl is minor, suo motu, they can take it, sir.
No, they can take it.
They will register also, sir.
They will register now. Ideally, only the statement of doctor is enough to say कि POCSO is being committed. But
Yes,
what
sir.
police did is, police went and took the statement of the girl. अब लड़की क्या बोलती है? लड़की की जब स्टेटमेंट हुई तो बोलती है कि जी, ये लड़का था, ये मेरे पड़ोस में पीजी में काम करता था, इसने मेरे साथ रेप किया था, इसलिए मैं प्रेग्नेंट हो गई. अब पुलिस पकड़ के ले आई उस लड़के को, अरेस्ट कर लिया, ट्रायल भी चल पड़ा। अब आई बीच में डीएनए की रिपोर्ट। बताओ क्या हुआ डीएनए की रिपोर्ट सर?
The child
DNA
DNA matches the boy.
DNA report must be different.
Must be
correct.
different. तभी पुलिस
It
के
did
आगे
not
मारते हैं।
match. It did not match.
हाँ,
डीएनए रिपोर्ट मैच नहीं
Different.
किया।
different.
और सुनिए आगे फिर क्या होता है, मिसकैरेज ऑफ जस्टिस कैसे होता है। डीएनए रिपोर्ट मैच नहीं किया, जज एंडेड अप कन्विक्टिंग दिस मैन, saying it doesn't matter DNA matches or not. The girl in all her four statements have said this boy has committed rape on her. And the fact and issue is not DNA here. It is if this accused has committed rape upon her or not. And she's been consistent about this fact that he has committed rape upon her. ऐसे जजमेंट बनी। अब यहां देखिए नॉलेज। जिस दिन डीएनए रिपोर्ट गई थी जज के पास, पुलिस के पास भी आई डीएनए रिपोर्ट, जज के पास भी आई डीएनए रिपोर्ट, चीफ मेडिकल ऑफिसर के पास भी डीएनए रिपोर्ट, सॉरी चीफ मेडिकल ऑफिसर ने रिपोर्ट किया था इस मैटर को इनिशियली। तो जब ये डीएनए रिपोर्ट पुलिस के पास आई, it was incumbent upon the police to do further investigation because the matter is not come to a conclusion yet.
Yes.
This accused might have committed a rape, but now it was in the cognizance of the police that look, somebody else also has raped this girl. पुलिस ने कुछ नहीं किया। जज के पास जब डीएनए रिपोर्ट गई मैचिंग की, नहीं मैच करने की, जज ने कुछ नहीं किया। जज डिड नॉट ऑर्डर further investigation, re-investigation, or ask them to register a new FIR. Nothing of that sort happened. Conviction भी हो जाती है। हो गई। We got this case. I filed a 482. The man has spent 6 years in custody. असलियत में क्या हुआ था? असलियत में इस लड़की की शादी हो रखी थी किसी से, and both the families knew कि शादी हो रखी है। Only when the CMO find about it, this girl protected her real boyfriend or husband and named his friend, जो उसका कलीग था या वर्कर था उसके साथ, इसका उसको नाम पता था। जब आप दो चार दोस्त होते हो तो आपको दोस्त का नाम पता होता है ना। उसने अपने पति को बचाने के चक्कर में किसी और के ऊपर नाम डाल दिया। आज वो दोनों शादी करके कहीं घूम रहे हैं और ये दोस्त बेचारा जेल में है बिकॉज द सिस्टम doesn't understand how things should work. To add to the more misery of this man, we filed a 482 along with SOS, Division Bench High Court. And I asked them that you have to re-investigate this matter. It's now in your cognizance because the moment I got filed, I realized POCSO case has been committed. The judge did not take cognizance of it. Police did not take cognizance of it. Of course, the accused has no idea what's happening. उसकी तो 313 भी उससे पूछ के नहीं लिखी गई थी, और उस 313 में भी डीएनए की रिपोर्ट लिखी जा रही है कि DNA report is against you. What do you have to say about it? So where is the application of mind? This is how mechanically you do your trials, है ना? Judge never paid attention. और उस ऑफ कोर्स गरीब आदमी को तो ऑब्वियसली नहीं पता कि डीएनए रिपोर्ट मैच करिए, ना तो उसके वकील साहब देख रहे हैं, ना स्टेनो देख रहे हैं, ना जज साहब देख रहे हैं। ऐसी आपकी 313 लिखी जा रही है जबकि इट वाज इन हिज फेवर, एंड क्वेश्चन यू आर पुटिंग टू हिम इज 3313, सॉरी, डीएनए रिपोर्ट इज अगेंस्ट यू, व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से अबाउट इट? इट इज फॉल्स। This is how a heinous crime trial is done in this country. Now to add to his more misery, the High Court bench says, oh, come on. We can't order investigation after 6 years. If we order one investigation like this, there'll be plethora of cases. And I simply said, my lord, as an officer of the court, it was my duty to bring this fact in front of you. I have done my due diligence. Because if this fact was in my knowledge, rest is up to Milos what Milos is going to do with it. They asked me for judgments. I said, okay, I'll come back. So now, then they understood what is going on, but they're reluctant to order further investigation. And the man is still in jail. This case is upcoming next month. This is how bad things are. And this is how the system is being misused. So it's a very complicated act. And but people are being tried mechanically. They don't understand the intricacies of this act. It can only happen when you get into it. All right. So अब हम जो बोल रहे हैं, as per CrPC, what police did wrong initially was police should have registered the FIR that one sentence, and the statement girl gave should have been a 161 statement. But what police did is police converted that 161 statement of the prosecutrix into an FIR. And their entire investigation started based on prosecutrix statement. That was the first mistake police did. अब आप क्या कर सकते हो? तो जब आपने अपनी इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एजेंसी इतनी कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड है ना, what is going to happen? This is what it is. Everything is papers. Yes, ma'am.
The story, like the case which you were telling, you say this is coming in the next month. If you don't mind, can I come in the court and watch the proceedings?
You have to go to Punjab and Haryana High Court.
No problem. For the learning, I can go anywhere.
All right, we'll tell you, ma'am. No worries.
Thank you.
आप कहाँ रहती हैं? दिल्ली में रहती हैं?
Yeah, I stay in Delhi.
Don't worry, you can. We do a lot of POCSO cases. We can bring you to a lot of interesting. Arena. We'll get in touch otherwise. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about it.
thank you so very much.
Right. So this is because we have a little short of time. So I wanted to give you a gist of how complicated and what kind of cases are happening and what kind of mastery do you need to deal with this act. This is one example. This is one scenario. We'll get on to further scenarios. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of interesting cases, and I think we'll end up here. If anybody else other than Ms. Bhavani and Ms. Joshi and anybody else has a quick question, I'll take it up and then Raghav will conclude. Yes.
You have the mics for questions, guys. You can ask about the act as well as the course that we are going to pursue. So you can use your mics.
The duration of the course?
No answer because I get carried away and I don't know. It could be 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I don't know. It depends. I get into the details.
That's a good answer. But like this is an interactive class, like it's an introductory class. It's really very good. And I think now, Raghav, this is going to be my second area of work in the future, it looks like.
Great.
After the POSH and the family law, this POCSO is going to be my third area of law.
Amazing. We are honored to be a part.
I have a question, sir.
Yes, please. If you don't mind, you may put your camera so that I see who's talking.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Vikas from Bokaro Steel City, Jharkhand. My question is, sir, 164 का जो बयान होता है लड़की का, उसको तो हम लोग 145 या 157 में कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट और कॉर्पोरेट तो कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि एक्चुअली हमारा ये प्रैक्टिकल ये है सर, जो हमारे डीजे साहब थे, हमारे साथ में जो एक मित्र थे, उनको 164 का बयान पे वो एक्चुअली कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करने नहीं दी। तो
क्यों?
ये चीज उन्होंने बोला कि इसकी आवश्यकता नहीं, तो मुझे बड़ा आश्चर्य लगा, तो मैं सोचा कि सर इसको थोड़ा सा क्लैरिफाई किया रहे आपसे।
हम आपके साथ टेस्टिमनीज शेयर करेंगे, कॉन्ट्राडिक्शंस कैसे लाई जाती हैं। तो यही तो आपके पास 3 कागज हैं जिसके साथ आप कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट करके उसको फंसाओगे कि
हाँ
यहाँ पे आप ये बोलियो, वहां पे आप बोलियो. So
जी
the sole reason for conviction is her consistency in 3 and 4 statements she have made. That's what you need to break.
हम्म,
That is your defense. You have nothing else.
जी
अगर समझ रहे हैं तो हम आपको सिखाएंगे आगे कैसे करना है. If you are
ठीक
joining the course. Yes,
ठीक
Dr.
Sir,
Shikhar. 1 second.
Yes, sir. My question is that when the police goes from one state to another state in search of these boy and girl and arrest them, so whether it is necessary for them to go to that particular town wherever they arrest them in that particular magistrate court and take the transit remand.
It is needed. Sometimes they don't do it. मान लीजिए अगर वो 6 घंटे में पहुंच जाएगा, अगर वो दिल्ली से वेस्ट बंगाल जा रहा है, यहाँ जा रहा है, 24 घंटे से ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा तो उनको ट्रांजिट रिमांड लेनी पड़ेगी.
हाँ जी,
अदरवाइज उनका
लेकिन
केस खराब हो जाएगा. समझ रहे हैं? वो बोल रहे हैं कि हम त्रिपुरा से पकड़ के लाए हैं लड़के को और हम
जी
बॉम्बे
जी
ला रहे हैं, तो इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन इन अ डे until unless they flew and they have those air tickets. So otherwise उनका केस खराब हो जाएगा. The defense is going to ask कि भाई तुम 24 घंटे के अंदर कैसे ले आए उसको त्रिपुरा से. तो वो
जी सपोज
ट्रांजिट
अगर
रिमांड के पेपर्स लगाने पड़ते हैं उनको. हाँ बोलिए.
तो अगर थोड़ा टाइम अगर कम लगता है, जैसे 7-8 घंटे भी लगते हैं आने आने में, तभी भी तो उनको, ये तो प्रोसीजर है ना.
नहीं नहीं, it's not mandatory. If you're presenting them within 24 hours, then you don't need a transit remand. But yes, you need to inform the local police station where you made the arrest. If
लेकिन
you're not able,
लोकल पुलिस स्टेशन में इन्फॉर्म करने का क्या प्रूफ होगा?
वहां पे एंट्री होती है ना सर.
ओके ओके.
The
लेकिन
moment you are
मैं सोच
doing
रहा था
any,
कि
हाँ जी,
मैजिस्ट्रेट कोर्ट से ट्रांजिट लेना जरूरी होगा अगर 7-8 घंटे का भी
24
जर्नी है.
घंटे एक्सीड हो रहे हैं, अगर आपको लगता है कि आप 24 घंटे में नहीं पहुंच पाओगे अपनी jurisdiction में, उस दौरान वो जरूरी होता है. अदरवाइज इट्स गोइंग टू sabotage your case.
ओके सर, ओके.
You say I arrested the accused in Meghalaya on 24 December 2022 and you were able to present the accused on the same date here. That's not possible. तो इसलिए आपको ट्रांजिट रिमांड लगानी पड़ेगी कि मेरे को उसके बाद 48 घंटे लगे उसको दिल्ली लाने में, या जो भी मैंने रूट.
यहाँ यहाँ पे मैं फटाफट आपको बता देता हूँ. मैं यहाँ से बेंगलोर से एक जगह है तमिलनाडु में, सेलम. तो जो पुलिस है वो यहाँ से बेंगलोर से सेलम गई और सेलम से एक आगे विलेज है करूर. तो वहां पे करूर में उन्होंने उनको मतलब अरेस्ट किया और वहां पर से वो उसको डायरेक्ट यहाँ ले आए. तो यहाँ पे तो उन्होंने उसको 24 आवर्स में प्रोड्यूस नहीं किया
कितने
और
टाइम में
वहां
किया?
पे रिमांड भी नहीं ली, ट्रांजिट रिमांड भी नहीं लिया.
कितने टाइम में पेश किया उसको?
मेरे ख्याल से तो 24 घंटे के बाद ही किया है.
हाँ, तो उन्होंने हो सकता है किया रहा हो, बट उन्होंने डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में कवर कर रखा होगा अपने आप को.
नहीं,
अब
डॉक्यूमेंटेशन मैंने चेक किया है, उसमें नहीं लिखा हुआ है.
तो क्या लिखा हुआ है? वेयर इज द लैप्स यू आर फाइंडिंग? व्हाट टाइम वाज ही अरेस्टेड? व्हाट टाइम वाज ही प्रेजेंटेड?
हाँ, वो सभी इंफॉर्मेशन उसके अंदर नहीं है. उनके जो
हाँ, तो फिर
चार्जशीट है.
नहीं है तो आप इसका कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो सर. ये दिस इज जस्ट अ
अच्छा
प्रोसीजरल लैप्स.
अच्छा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा है एक और सर. वो ये है कि जो 2 लेडी कांस्टेबल के उन्होंने स्टेटमेंट उसमें लगाए हैं चार्जशीट में, वो जब क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन मैंने किया उसकी विक्टिम की मदर का, तो उन्होंने बताया कि उनके साथ वो जो है सिर्फ 2 मेल कांस्टेबल थे, कोई फीमेल कांस्टेबल नहीं था. तो जो फीमेल कांस्टेबल ने उधर जो फर्जी वहां पे इंफॉर्मेशन दिया हुआ है, उसके खिलाफ कुछ कार्रवाई कर सकते हैं क्या?
क्या information दिया हुआ female constable ने?
नहीं, वो कह रहे हैं कि हम भी वहां गए थे। हम मतलब 2 मेल थे और 2 फीमेल थे कांस्टेबल्स, जो पुलिस कांस्टेबल्स। लेकिन वो उनके साथ पुलिस कांस्टेबल जो फीमेल थे वो गए नहीं, सिर्फ
So
मेल थे, क्योंकि उसकी
how does it affect your case? How are you able to say कि offense has not happened because of all these procedural lapses?
no, it is a perjury. They are giving a false evidence before the court.
You can file
Those
a
2
perjury
lady
case.
constables.
You can
Huh?
file a perjury case. If you have your case, you can file a perjury case.
No,
But they
that's
can
what I
always
want
say
to.
कि this, huh.
This is what I want to know. Can I file the section 340 read with 195 against these 2 female constable who are saying they also went there, but they never went there?
You can. There's no problem in that. But that's not going to
Because
affect your case.
no, that's not going to affect my case. That is a different thing. But I
You
will be
can. You
able to
can. If you have evidence, then your this mother of your victim becomes your witness in your perjury case.
She has answered my question in the cross examination that when they went there, there
I
were only
understood, sir.
2.
I understood. I take 2 seconds for me to understand. That's
Thank you,
fine.
sir.
You
Thanks.
can file, but then she becomes the witness of your case. So with that testimony, with this contradiction, you have to lead a preliminary evidence, and then she'll be your main witness.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. Next, please.
Sir, in this case that Rishi sir was asking about, इसमें section 80 I think would be attracted CRPC का, जहाँ पे procedure होता है outside jurisdiction का. तो उसमें as such मतलब I don't think they give any discretion, but otherwise I was just looking for a judgment. Rishi जी आपको मैंने वो भेज दी है, so you can check that out. Maybe
Ji,
that helps you. We can continue, sir.
Yes,
I will
Ayushi.
check. Thank you so
Raghav,
much,
share
Raghav.
with everybody.
Hmm?
Raghav, share with everybody so
हाँ
we
जी
all
मैम,
can read it.
chat पे है.
Sir, I can ask one doubt.
Yes.
Sir, what is the end result of this trial in POCSO Act?
Conviction or acquittal along with fine and compensation to the victim.
Sir, I only fine, acquittal or conviction with fine. That's all.
एक ही साइड में तो जाएगा मैम, और क्या चाहिए आपको?
Yes, I
अगर
didn't understand.
conviction, you understand Hindi?
Yeah, no, anything is okay, sir. You can speak, sir.
Is any of your enrolled students here doesn't understand Hindi? Please tell me today, because I'm going to use a lot of English. Otherwise वो sentiments नहीं आते हैं कोर्स
सर
में.
हमने अपने कोर्स पेज पे ऐलान किया है कि हम हिंदी ही यूज करेंगे, तो वी कैन गो विद हिंदी इजीली. व्हेनेवर यू थिंक यू वांट टू यूज इंग्लिश, हम इंग्लिश भी कर सकते हैं.
अच्छा ठीक है. I mean, of course, I'm
Sir,
going to use English depending on what I'm speaking, but yes, tell me, ma'am.
actually, in Telangana, the cases, na, they're getting compromised. Both parties are getting compromised outside the court. They're not considering, and they are straight away imposing punishment for 20 years straight away.
Okay, compromise could have happened before she was cross-examined.
Before cross-examination,
Yes.
still they're not considering, sir.
No, so you don't go and tell to the court that we have compromised or anything of that sort. Compromises happen left, right, and center. The witnesses get hostile.
Hostile evidence. In that also, they are taking it in an adverse way.
No,
Like,
so okay.
hostile evidence also, they are taking it in a different
There
way.
must be a DNA report then.
No DNA reports, sir, in that.
So you'll have to show the case. Generally, if
No child, sir, no child here. Only thing is the things which I'm telling, no, the examples which I'm seeing in the court, they're straight away imposing 20 years of punishment, jail.
could be a
Convicting.
bad case. There are cases where the witnesses get hostile and conviction still happens. If the court is convinced, it's not straightforward that the witness gets hostile and acquittal is going to happen. No. Yes,
Today,
Ayushi.
Hello. सर
हाँ बोलिए।
ये सारे विटनेसेस की क्रेडिबिलिटी कैसे इम्पीच करनी है, एक एक डॉक्यूमेंट का वो बताएंगे ना आप?
ये तो
यानी
आर्ट
जैसे
ऑफ क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन है मैडम। आप
नहीं
डॉक्यूमेंट्स में
तो
आप एक केस पे बैठेंगे, उसके बाद आप कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन ढूंढेंगे, स्टेटमेंट में ये बोली है और स्टेटमेंट में वो बोली है, तो अभी क्या क्या गड़बड़ हो जाती है। आई एम गोइंग टू गो देयर, बट जनरली क्या गड़बड़ हो जाती है, क्योंकि ओरिजिनली जब लड़की की स्टेटमेंट लिखी जाती है तो वो उससे प्यार करती होती है, कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं की, ये नहीं की, वो नहीं की। सेकंड स्टेटमेंट जब लिखी जाती है पुलिस के डर से या पेरेंट्स के डर से या किसी के डर से, तो फिर वो बोलती है उसने मेरे साथ बलात्कार किया। थर्ड स्टेटमेंट में वो कुछ और बोलती है, तो वो इम्प्रूवमेंट हो रही है। ठीक ठीक है, तो यहाँ से आपको कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन ढूंढनी है कि भाई कंसेंसुअल हुआ, बलात्कार हुआ, कुछ हुआ, तो देन शी इज गोइंग टू पैनिक, and by the time she's coming to testimony it's already 1 year or 1.5 year which is gone since the time case got started. तो तब तक वो कुछ और वर्जन लेके आएगी। तो ये, और वो इतनी अकलमंद होती नहीं है। They're barely what 14 years 15 years slum girls।
नहीं
तो
वो सॉरी, एक्चुअली उसमें लिखा था कि केसेस के डॉक्यूमेंट्स आप दिखाएंगे, तो मुझे लगा कि
आज
पीएम
थोड़ी ना
रिपोर्ट कैसे
दिखाएंगे।
नहीं, मैं आज की बात
हाँ
नहीं कर रही हूँ, द कोर्स, इन द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द कोर्स आप ये सारी चीजें कवर करने वाले हैं ना, सीए
बिल्कुल
रिपोर्ट,
बिल्कुल।
पीएम रिपोर्ट, और फिर उनके विटनेसेस को कैसे इम्पीच करना, हाउ टू
I'll
इम्पीच द क्रेडिट।
train you how to do the entire trial. That's what my objective is।
ओके,
हर,
दैट इज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू आस्क।
yeah, we will be in courtroom all the time। I'll train you। Abhi today was the introduction session। Subsequently, it's going to be from this registration of FIR to investigation। वो Raghav must have shared the module with you। We're going to follow that।
Actually, I haven't joined the course yet. I was just attending the webinar and wanted to ask कि क्या क्या होने वाला है
And
इससे।
I would highly recommend you should join, otherwise I'll get bored।
Ayushi, you join.
Yeah, I'll pay
Okay.
50% of your tuition।
नहीं
Ayushi,
Okay?
नहीं,
I think Ayushi is from my old batch, if I am not wrong. Ayushi, please join.
yes ma'am, I'm from the old batch.
Okay, I think we are done with whatever had to be।
Yeah,
We'll
overshoot.
take questions, guys। Don't please press it on today. It's a lot of days. You'll Everything will get cleared subsequently। We'll stick to the questions depending on the topic। I know everyone gets excited, they have their queries, until unless you have a hearing next day and you want clarification on something. Let's just go with the topic so that we are master of that topic instead of jumping to the question you have in the mind।
Yes.
ठीक है, उससे वो कोर्स का फ्लो खराब हो जाता है, और आपको जो कुछ एक्स्ट्रा सीखना था वो आप सीख नहीं पाते हो, जस्ट बिकॉज यू हैव अ लिंगरिंग ऑन प्रॉब्लम इन योर हेड। So I will clarify all of that, but let's just do it like that. Okay? Yes,
Is,
Raghav.
is it possible, like whatever you are going to teach us on the this day or the next day, whenever is our class, so we should get the topic in advance. So if we have any
मैम,
question related to that
कोर्स
topic,
का हमने स्ट्रक्चर बनाया हुआ है। राघव, आई डोंट नो इफ ही हैज शेयर्ड और नॉट। जब व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बनेगा तो आपके पास वो पूरा सिलेबस आ जाएगा। आई एम गोइंग टू सिंपली फॉलो दैट।
okay, fine,
और
thank you.
उसमें वो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो एक दिन में वो टॉपिक हो पाए, उसकी 2 क्लासेस भी लग सकती हैं, 3 क्लासेस भी लग सकती हैं। I tend to get into details। I don't run superficially because then it serves no purpose।
We also want the same.
Yeah।
All
All
right.
right।
Thank you so much for the delivery, sir। First things first, आप सब लोगों को मैंने चैट पे 5-6 बार लिंक भेजा है कोर्स का। प्लीज विजिट द लैंडिंग पेज। इस पे मॉड्यूल दिया गया है हमारे सारे कोर्सेज पे। देयर इज अ सेपरेट हेडिंग अबाउट द कोर्स एंड द कवरेज ऑफ द कोर्स। यू विल फाइंड ऑल द मॉड्यूल्स दैट वी आर गोइंग टू कवर। बहुत प्यार से टाइम लगा के सर ने बनाया है, और उसमें आपको टॉपिक्स दिख जाएंगे क्या क्या हमने करना है। उसमें कितने दिन लगेंगे ये हमें नहीं पता, बट हम उस प्रोसेस को, उस ट्रैजेक्टरी को फॉलो करने की कोशिश करेंगे। And so today's session was an introductory one, and we were covering how POCSO came, with what intention, and now what it is। So I hope सब लोगों के दिमाग में वो चीज़ क्लियर है। एंड यहाँ से हम आगे परस्यू करना शुरू करेंगे, एंड POCSO एंड JJ एक्ट को देखते हुए चलेंगे कि कैसे चलता है। एंड सर ने जितनी बातें बताई उससे आई गेस वी ऑल नाउ नो दैट क्या हालत है, एंड to be there in the game and to be somebody who can help others, we have to be informed and armed, and this course is going to help you. And also अगर आप लोगों ने पहले सर के कोर्सेज लिए हैं या नहीं भी लिए हैं, तो आई विल टेल यू दैट द क्लासेस आर नॉट क्लासरूम्स. इनफैक्ट हमारे किसी भी ट्रेनर की क्लासेस क्लासरूम जैसी होती ही नहीं है. वी डू अ लॉट ऑफ प्रैक्टिकल लर्निंग. सर की स्पेशली बहुत ज्यादा ऐसे होती है जैसे हम एक डिस्कशन में बैठे हैं सब लोग. इट फील्स लाइक वी आर ऑन अ राउंड टेबल talking to somebody, and we are actually feeling what happens in the courtroom, what happens when we are liaising with the police, what happens to people जो system की वजह से फंस जाते हैं इधर उधर. तो आपको वो सब सीखने को मिलेगा, and the insights are very very good, and insights are such कि आपके कोर्ट में जो आपको जाके 6 महीने वेस्ट करने हैं, 1 साल लगता है ये सब सीखने में, वो आपको 2 महीने में मिल जाएगा. So do invest in this, and I hope it will be very beneficial for everybody, as it has been for people who've already joined sir for many other courses. बाकी courses भी check out कर लेना आप. मैंने आपको links share कर दिए हैं in the chat box. So I'll keep the room open. chat box check करो. 2 links हैं, एक जिसमें आपको सारे courses मिल जाएंगे और एक जिसमें sir का जो POCSO course है वो मिल जाएगा. So check out the coverage, check out all the courses and see what fits you the best. Thank you so much for joining us today, and grateful to you sir for the course
Thank you.
and for the session today.
Thank you. Guys, I'll appreciate if those who are enrolling may stick with the live classes, because it's motivating for the trainer, because most of you want to watch the recordings later on, and half the class is gone, so it's sort of demotivating. So please, I request that try to join the live classes, so it's a better learning experience for all of us. All right. Thank you, Raghav. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you,
you.
sir. All right, guys.
sir.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you, sir.
You have the links in the chat box. You can check them out.
Raghav, since when we are going to start the classes, and on
क्लासेस
which
शुरू हो चुकी है मैम. आज जो क्लास थी वो पहली क्लास थी. हमने इसे ओपन रखा था ताकि बाकी लोग इसको एक लेक्चर, एक एक्सपेरिमेंटल लेक्चर की तरह देख सकें. आगे से
Okay.
हम हर फ्राइडे को एक एक क्लास होती रहेगी.
Okay, fine. The timings will be the same, 8 o'clock?
Timings are going to be the same. Just in case I have some commitment on Friday evening, I will prepone it to Thursday. That is going to happen once in a while, won't be a regular.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. That's very good, and thank you so very much, Mr. Goel, for giving us a very insightful subject. क्योंकि मैं criminal law से बहुत दूर भागती हूँ. Raghav knows this.
Expert बना देंगे मैम आपको, चिंता मत
Thank you
करिए.
so very much. Actually, में ये मेरे को help करेगा to make people aware to the shelters and clusters. This will help me. Thank you so very
Sure.
much.
Thank you. Much
Thank
obliged.
you,
Good night, good
everybody.
night, good
Bye bye.
night.
Good night.